there's something that was pushing me. You can go and visit them even if no matter what happens.
What actually happened between you and here? Okay, let me not push that because I don't want to bring memories. Grace has pushed me like.
King of Travel, we love your channel. People really crack me up with how confused they are about life. Let's normalize being real and not fake.
Just check. Because I just copied. Oh my god. No. Okay, let me just copy again. Where's Grace?
Okay, here we go. She coming in.
It's the King of Travel talk show with real experience, with real culture and people across the world. Let's travel.
Oh, okay, cool. So you got the correct one.
So we do it quick because my network is very poor. Like.
Okay, definitely.
Yeah, straight to the point. Yeah, straight to the point.
So as I worked there, it reached a time that there was a guy who was looking for a job, like, and then they wanted to make some bricks, and then the guy came asking for a job. As here in the village, if you ask a job, is you are like given the job according to your strength, like. So I get used to the guy because he had breakfast in the house, everything, lunch, dinner, and I saw that he was a good person, like, because the family brought them, yeah. And when I was like working earlier, like I do breakfast, lunch, and everything, but it reached a time when I was like going to the posho mill. You saw my video, going to the posho mill, like. And then I thought the guy was a nice one. I left him in the house. Like, you see, when you welcome someone, like, now, it's like a family. And then while at the posho mill, I came back. It rained. That's why I stayed there, like, because of the rain. So I came back. When you are in the house that you are used to, that that thing that was there was not the same level, like, so I figured straight away that something bad has happened there. So the guy, they like scooped 6 kilos of like 6 kg of finger millet. I don't know whether you know finger millet. Swallowed tiny seeds.
Go ahead. He doesn't. You told me I had to Google, so I also Googled
it.
Yeah. Go ahead.
And then,
sorry.
That brought to a very big problem because I saw, like, I asked him, did you do this? Do you steal the finger millet? He said no. He said as a neighbor. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Who said the finger millet was missing? Who said the finger millet was missing?
No, I am the one because I know how the food, how it looks, how it was, because I am used to be in the house. So when I came in straight away, I saw that something has happened here. Like, so I asked him, he refused. He said that a neighbor given to him. I called the neighbor because I had already the phone. The neighbor said no, he didn't give him the finger millet. So, like, that's when the day went, because I was just like going to see how it works. I searched inside his room. I found the finger millet there. So what made me to be out of the job is, like, I never told the dad that this finger millet was been stolen by the guy. I thought I was just risking the job for the man. Like, you see like the man doesn't have anything. So I was like, this one has happened. I have found the finger millet. Let's continue his job. But then the dad said no. We never asked him. The dad never asked him because he went like he's going to church, and they went. He never came back, like. So that was on Saturday. Sunday, that's when my job ended like that. That's Sunday now.
job
Yeah.
ended, like who specific person who fired you? Who fired you?
At home, we were like me and the guy and the dad. Yeah, three people. Mom is not at home. Mara is not at home. David is not at home. So the dad told me that now that you never said this thing, you have to go out of the out of my home, pick
Okay.
your things and
Who said
go.
that? Sorry, I didn't hear you clearly. You know, who said you should go out of the house? Who? Who?
The, the dad, because we were the
Oh,
only
the
three
father.
people.
Mara's
Yeah,
father. Okay, I
yeah,
understand.
yeah.
Mara's
So
father said, get out, get out, get out.
no,
I know.
that's how the job ended like that. Yeah.
He wants to say something. He wants to ask a question again. Guys, I want to make sure that you understand. This is ginger and garlic and onion. So I put
Oh.
in the water. So I put it here. I like it drinking this because I don't drink beer. I don't smoke. I don't smoke anything. This helps me a lot. Then I'm drinking coffee because later on I have a lot of things to edit. So I'm
Oh.
sleepy and this will keep me. We are always busy. King is also always busy. He doesn't sleep enough, you know. So after this, we're all going to work. Everybody's going to work, you know. So yeah.
So I
Everybody
am
going to
out.
work. So
Oh.
Gracie, so Gracie, so the item, so they pretty much they try to blame you and said that you're the one that stole the item.
Yeah, they blamed me because I never said it. I was like, when you see someone he doesn't have anything and then he does like spoils your job like that. He's the one who made this thing and I was sent away like.
It's
Yeah.
I feel like crying right now. Honestly, I don't feel good.
So
There
clear,
are other.
explain it a little better, a little clear for the audience to understand exactly what
Mhm.
Gracie is saying.
You
So
know,
yeah, hold on, Grace. I'll quickly, summarize this. So Grace says that, let me start from the end.
mhm,
Grace was fired. Okay, not only fired, two things happened. All right.
mhm.
She was
Yeah.
fired, and then also they told her to get out of the house. So there were two people, same person fired her, and the same person put her into the streets. Remember, Grace does not have a mother, she doesn't have father, and she's an orphan. Just to be specific, she's an orphan. And Mara's father put her back into the streets, with nothing. And again, fired her. And three things. And accused her. Three things. Accused, fired, put her into the streets by Mara's father because they did not understand deeply what could have happened, what really could have happened. So I'm thinking in my head that the bricklayer must have conspired with against her and could have gone behind her back. She didn't know. She had no knowledge that he went behind her back and spoke to Mara's father and put an influence on his decision, which were three decisions: fire, put her on the streets, and accuse her. Probably she didn't get enough salary, and probably was in the middle of the month, or she didn't get enough, or they didn't give her enough. They just told her, go. Is that true?
No, I was already been paid already. They had already paid me
Oh, so before they could
because
fire you, before they could
because
put you on the street,
it
they
was
had given you the money.
yeah, they had already given me my salary.
Okay, cool. So, King, the travel. I think this is a big, and I am not. I'm feeling emotional right now. I feel like crying right now. And it's scary for me. It's sad. My hair is standing right now. I got goosebumps all over. You can imagine I'm in a cold area right now. And there are millions and millions or billions of people on the planet Earth that go through this, especially the housekeepers, the maids, all over the world. In India, in Asia, in India, China, America, wherever you are, Mexicans that are working in America, it's happening. You know, the Zimbabweans that work in South Africa as maids and as whatever, they're all accused. You know, nobody can employ the Nigerian or whatever because they suspect them. So these are one of the disadvantages of maids or housekeepers or caretakers being accused by the landlords, by the bosses, by the people in power at that particular time. So this is a story. Her story touches lives of every individual that has been accused. There are people in jail right now all over the world, including America, that are going to be killed because they've been accused of rape, killings, because of being suspected of something, you know, all over the
But
world.
let me ask, I want to even ask you this. I want to ask you this question. The time, and Gracie, how much months was you working for Marwa family before all this took place?
She worked there for 6 months. Am
So
I
hold on,
right, Grace?
so she worked there for 6 months. Was there any other problem with any other items stored within that time?
No,
Okay.
no,
So
no.
hold up. So the item got stolen after, or was it stolen or misplaced? This was after the bricklayer came into the property.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
he came in, that's when it happened.
Okay, so if you've been there for all this time, I don't understand why would he so much even accuse you and look at you in the situation. What did it with their communication level? Did they come in and try to talk with you about the situation, or did they just come in a rage like, I want everybody out, just get out? Like, what was the vibe? Well, how did they come off on you about this situation?
What was the
He, wa-
tone? How was the tone?
he said that because I never reported the man, but in that very day, but I told them the next day, and then because of the delay of talking that this has happened here, this man has done this, that made the thing to just tell me to go out, like.
Or you told them, or they knew that this was the issue. You told them that the man must have stolen.
Yes, I found the finger millet in his room.
Gosh.
Hold up, so you find the finger millet in the bricklayer room.
Yeah.
So let me ask you,
It.
what is a finger millet? What do you do with a finger millet?
We just take it to the posho mill. We cook ugari or porridge, like. Yeah.
Okay, so me personally, I want to ask a question. So what would you do with a finger millet? Like, for far as what would be your purpose of even stealing a finger millet? Like, where would you take it at? Like, why would they even accuse you of something like this when you've been to the residence for that long? What would make them think that all of a sudden you want to take a finger millet? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
because before everything was fine.
Yeah.
Until this bricklayer comes in and you find the finger millet in his room, but they get upset at you too. So they felt that you have something to do with the finger millet, or what you feel?
I felt like the situation when you are working somewhere, like they think that you are on the same level of doing the thing, even if you work in a company, like. Yeah.
So, Grace, what was the tone like? I think you missed what the king of travel was saying. How was the tone? everyone else, even myself, I think I've gone through a lot in my life. Okay, more than you actually. You haven't gone through what I've gone through, but now that's why I'm crying. Okay, that's why I'm not feeling well right now. You know, I'm so sorry. I'm not feeling well after hearing your story. But how was the tone like when you
Lose the job.
no. What did they say? How was the tone? Like, did they say, "Get out of here! Get out of here"? Was it like that, or was it like sorry, now you don't have a job, so we don't need your services anymore. Your services are no longer needed in this residence. I want to hear the tone. The tone is like a higher pitch, low pitch, smooth, whatever. Or was it like a disrespecting and denigrating you, making you look small? How was it like?
No, he called me. He called me to the sitting room, and then he talked to me. He said that the incident that occurred is not good because someone comes from outside and says that and takes the finger millet. It's just a small thing, like, but it cost me to get out of the job just to be told that today now your job is not, you are not going to work here anymore. Yeah,
So,
like
so my thing is why did he?
in
Why was he so hard on you about this millet situation? Like, that's what I'm trying to get the in depths of it. Like, what was the communication like when it came to him with the accuser? Did he try to come off and talk to you a little bit about it? Did he wanted you to tell on the bricklayer, or what was his whole thing? Or he just said everybody got to go because of this?
the bricklayer was not there. He just left the very day that incident happened. He never came back up to this time. So he
So the
just
bricklayer never came back.
never came back even to so that we can talk over this incident. The same day that incident happened, he went away just like that, without coming back. And then
Oh,
that's when the dad called me and told me that what has happened is just a bad incident because, like, you know, we Africans, when I am hurt, I say that the person is losing a job. Anyway, he has made me to lose the job. Like, why could he do this? Why could he just remove the finger millet just to spoil someone's job, even if he lost his job? Like, so that is what happened. Like,
So I want to ask, okay, go ahead. Sorry.
so basically, you were sitting down there communicating with the family about the finger millet. And because I'm just saying, if the guy, the bricklayer came back, obviously he was basically saying he was guilty. That's what I'm thinking. So why did he put you in this whole situation? That's what I'm not understanding.
you know, there are some people when something happens, you just you don't want to listen. Maybe when the day comes, that's when you will understand. Oh, this thing happened like this. You see the difference here. Like, you know, with the Africans, where there are those ones that if something has happened, that your job is just like that.
So you think they fired you out of frustration?
Yeah, because of the guy has stolen the finger millet, and like, I didn't tell them in time. You know, when there is certain, you just want to know the inside of it, because the guy, like, told even the one that who is taking care of the side, the askari, that I was going to take that finger millet, but that guy has just taken it away. I heard it from the other side, from the askari who is taking care of the side. You see,
So
like, he has planned
Cleo, what
for it.
exactly is Gracie saying?
Uh, Grace says like, okay, let me jump in. Grace says like that there was, I think she was the one who was taking care of the finger millet. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So she was the one who was a caretaker and sort of a janitor for finger millet. So obviously she was a very responsible, looking after that because she reported to the boss, to her superiors, that this is what is missing, and I'm suspecting that he must have taken. The reason being is because remember in this house there were like three people. It was Grace, Kelly, Carrie Mission, then Mara's dad or father, or with all due respect, then the bricklayer thief, the bricklayer person. So, but she was a responsible because she remember she's a cook, she's a maid, she's a person who's taking care of the house, housekeeping. So she was a responsible on those things because female take care of those products, food products, in the household setting. So that's why she told them that this is what happened. But looks like there was a lack of micromanagement because from the way I understand is that she Grace, you didn't get the first warning, right? They didn't give you a warning because
Yeah.
even though calling you to the sitting room or to wherever in the kitchen, wherever they called you in, they didn't give you a warning. He was a hard. This is, I feel like with all due respect, we love our parents and stuff like that, but you have to give a warning and you have to understand. So it looks like you were working there. You don't even know how many things they suspected of you that were not good. But the thing is, the boss has to like you, all right? You have to do your job. Were you doing a good job? Maybe they didn't like you. Maybe there was nothing that was missing. Maybe they planted the whole thing to get rid of you. So what I'm trying to say here, I'm not also suspecting anything, but I'm assuming here to say there was lack of micromanagement in terms of giving. Did they give you a list of things when you started working, before you started working? Did they say, don't do this, don't steal, don't do this, don't do this, don't go to this room, don't speak like this? Did they give you a list of things?
No.
So, Gracie, let me ask you a serious question. Do you think that maybe it was just an excuse to put you out? I mean, because sometimes what people do is make a situation look bad, make it look worse than what it is to have excuse to put somebody,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, pretty much out. That's what you get out of it? Do you feel that the situation was 100% legit like they say, or they making it up, just a way to say, okay, I'm gonna pretty much let you go?
No, because he said that the instance that has happened is a bad one because if I could have known that it was going to happen, I would have gone with the keys. Like when I go with the keys, I know that everything is safe inside. But I knew that this person now has become like a family. Now that's why I had left him in the house and I went to the posho mill. Like
So,
so,
but what up? But what? Okay, so basically, you were supposed to be a security guard too over the millet. You were supposed to be a security or something.
of the house.
Okay, because it sounds like to me, I hate to say this, but you're supposed to be a security guard with the millet too. You know what I'm saying? If you come there to cook and be the maid and all that, like you can't watch every step this man make. So I'm a little puzzled about the situation. My thing is, if you already had a good reputation and you have good energy, good spirit, they should know that by now. So my thing
Yeah.
is, that's what I'm trying to distinguish,
Yeah.
They bought, how long was this bricklayer, the millet snatcher in the property? How long was he there?
The millet
He
snatcher. I like it. Woo! I hope
he
the
had
club knows.
worked
I hope the
he
club
worked
knows.
he worked like 1 week.
Sorry, I'm
Hold up,
waiting
so
for the.
flag on the play. So the millet snatcher been there 1 week, and all of a sudden the millet got missing. You got the answer.
Yes.
He's
Oh my God.
proven guilty. The millet, the brick mason, the millet, he's the one that took the millet. So why is all this coming to, why is they coming at you for something like, you know, one thing, I'm going to tell you something, what I can't stand when it comes to people. Is you should know my energy by now. And you should already know I'm a humble person and I'm only here to do the right thing. Don't blame me for other people's mistakes. Don't put me in a bad position for actions that somebody else did. I was here long enough for you to know, and that's not right. And that's why I want to talk about this, because the problem is with people, it's a lot of innocent bystanders in the world that's feeling the wrath of other people for what they have done.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
True.
And I mean, you know, my thing is, Gracie, at the same time, you know, this is some constructive criticism. This is, sometimes you got to speak how you feel about situations, you know what I mean? And so let me ask you this. So you had an interview with Marwa, and was this after this incident took place? Did he ask you if anything you want to speak about? Was this after all this, or this was before this?
This thing just came over after, you know, we were like working in it was like working in a good way, but after this person come to just to do the bricks at the site, that's when everything got spoiled, like, yeah.
Okay. So Cleo, my question is, because I guess you said they had an interview and Marwa asked her if anything, what was it? Anything she would like to say or anything? Was that the case?
So Grace is asking, like, okay, you have in that house, you have got almost 4 people or 5 people. You have Mara, you have a D Mwango, you have a Dave Jr. You are taking care of all these people. You have Mara's mother. You have also Uncle Mo, as you know, as you explained. You know, so the question that he's asking is, any of those people, you know, including Mara, you know, did they, because you know what he says is that you need to understand your employees. Okay, that's the first thing. That's the mindset. We call it empathy in English, right? You gotta have empathy, meaning that you gotta understand them, what they say, and you gotta balance your thoughts. You know, and from there you can take a decision, not a harsh one. You can give them a warning. This is why you gotta have empathy with the people, you know, because we all come from different backgrounds. Like me, everybody in this world has stolen. You know, everybody, even the superstars, everybody, even Oprah, everybody has stolen things somewhere in their childhood. And later on, you tend to, everybody is a thief. Actually, everybody is a thief. But at a little scale, people end up doing something. You didn't do it, because if you did, you're not gonna start a YouTube channel. Definitely, you're gonna like be afraid and all that to make videos. You know. But to me, I think maybe you didn't do it. You know, I support you, because. But now the thing is, anybody that came to you and that said, "Oh, listen here, what happened? You're not at home," because you left the house before Amara was back, before Mwango was back, before Junior was back from school, and before Uncle Mo could come from his house and come there. I don't know. Can you explain more about that?
So let me ask you this, Gracie. How many months were you there for the millet snatcher got there? How many months was you on the property?
Millet snatcher.
I was 8 months.
Hold a flag on the plate. So you've been there 8 months. Was anything stolen in 8 months?
No, nothing like.
The brick mason is guilty, because if nothing was stolen in 8 months, why would Gracie wait till now and want to take a millet? All eyes is on the brick mason. So what I'm saying to you, I feel this is not right. As simple as that. Maybe what I'm thinking now, they got upset because you were supposed to have been a security guard, I guess. Maybe you were supposed to make sure the millet, I don't know what the millet is, but you were supposed to keep your eyes on the millet all day long. Me personally, you got a job to do. If you cooking and cleaning, you being the maid, they can't expect you to look at over a millet all day long. And it's because they bought somebody on the property, and you say, hold up, they only been there 1 week?
Yeah, he worked like 1 week.
Oh my God. Well, you know what that almost sounds like to me? I'm at a job and I've been there for a whole year. And they just hired a worker last week. And the boss don't even know my reputation, how good I worked that whole year. The boss forgot about everything that I did. The boss forgot how I made sure everything was good at the job. And you bring a new employee in this job, and then in less than 1 week, I'm going to get terminated too because of somebody else and their energy that they bring into place to bring chaos. Why are you blaming me? Why? See, that's the whole thing. Why are you blaming me? See, the thing is, I'm going to tell you something, and I'm going to go ahead and let this interview right here cease, because let me tell you, this thing here get me heated. And that's the thing about me from America. I come from a different claw. You see what I'm saying? And real talk, I probably would have flipped on the boss. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's the kind of energy I carry. I probably would have flipped. I go from 0 to 100 real quick. Because one thing I don't like disrespect. You're not gonna come at me and come at me like I did something and I ain't did nothing. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, I can see the humbleness in you and see your energy like you really lay back and chill. You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem with some people sometimes. They humble, and people see that in them, and they just, hey, you gotta go. But you forgot about everything I did. You forgot about how I made sure everything was clean, everything was taken care of, because you brought the snatcher in the house, and now all of a sudden I'm getting a part of the blame. That's not right. What you got to say about that, Cleo?
Yeah, bad bosses, you know, horrible bosses. All right, because the entire thing is that, you know, I feel like you have been used as a pawn. I swear before God, you've been used as a pawn. You may not understand the word pawn, but you know, when you play chess, there are pawns there. You understand? But what I'm trying to say is that you've been used as a pawn, and this happens everywhere across the world. The thing is, what he's trying to say here is the whole tapestry, the whole thing that happened. You know, you may not. I know that you've been in many situations. That's why you don't understand what King the Traveler is trying to say, because you already been beaten up or beat down. You know, you've been to the war. You've been with the alligators in the jungle. You've been in the jungle. I understand you, but you may not understand where King the Traveler is coming from. Me, I understand the both world. I've lived in both world of money, and I've lived in the poverty. I've slept everywhere. I've been in many countries. I understand, because I told you I went through a lot, but I've also had money. I also had a big business. I've been living in the both worlds. So that's why King, you may not understand what the King says, but in a short, for you to understand, is that you've been used as a pawn, you know, because the boss was supposed to understand you and not been used as a boss. He was supposed to build a team. And they were supposed to trust you from the beginning. They were supposed to understand you, that you are from the poor background. Am I right to use that? Am I right? Yes, definitely. Thank you for that. You are coming from a poor background. They were supposed to understand that. That's the first thing in their minds. So in this case, let me go back before you ended this program here. You know, has anybody ever approached you?
So let me give you an example, right? And in America, I'm gonna talk about one of my rental properties, right? I always tell any new tenant that I base people on their reputation, what they have showed me in the past. I said, if I rent you a room, this person in my here over 6 months, I never had a problem with it. If the problems start occurring, it's you. It's not that person. Because they have shown me long enough that they're capable of doing the right thing. So my thing is, be careful. That's what I want any new tenant that come in to rent a room. because this person done showed me their reputation. And 9 times out of 10 chance, it's not my old tenant, it's the new person. So I'm giving you an example of experience. That's why I asked you the timeline. If you was there 8 months, 8 months, 8 months. If the bricklayer been there 8 months too, then I would say, okay, this is a fishy situation. I don't know what to say. But he should have automatically known that it's the new kid on the block that's causing the problems.
Off the beaten path with the king of travel. You know, we live in a world full of people that pretend that they're one way, but deep down inside, they're totally different than who they pretend to be. Some people will never respect the fact of when a person being real. But this is the thing. It's a difference when people have encounter with people personally. So a lot of people who have so much to say, at the end of the day, remember, we understand nobody's perfect. But don't put on a front like you're such the nicest, humblest people in the world, but deep down inside, you're really not. Welcome to Off the Beaten Path.
It's the King of Travel Talk Show with real experience, with real culture and people across the world. Let's travel!
It's Goldie, the king of travel. Everywhere got a ghetto, everywhere got a slum, everywhere got rich people, everywhere got bums. Round and round we go, round and round we go. There's so much changes, but everything seems to be the same. Everywhere I go.
Welcome to Africa, man. You know what I'm saying? Over here in the village with the kids. You know how we do it, man. Africa, you know, so this is the real deal. Welcome to Africa. You know what I'm saying? Just doing a little tour with the king of travel, man. We just making it do what it do. You know what I mean? That's word.